All is right in the universe. That is the NXT universe, as you can once again call him Johnny Champion, winning the NXT North American title at Halloween Havoc in a Shotzi Blackheart spin the wheel, make a deal match. Johnny Gargano defied the odds and the Devil's Playground to celebrate a Halloween Havoc victory over Damian Priest. Johnny Halloween, Johnny Wheel, Johnny North America. Thank you, Johnny, two-time NXT North American champ. And I'm curious, is it true the stupid skeleton you super kicked has demanded an NXT North American title match on Wednesday on NXT on the USA Network?
I don't know. I have not heard that. He might not. He didn't look like he was doing that well already. So I don't know what the super kick did to him. We may never see him ever again. So I don't know, he may pop up again. Maybe next Halloween. He might just be a Halloween special. So maybe if we do Halloween Havoc again, that'll be the match to do. Me versus that skeleton.
Johnny G, you took him out. You made him quit. You've been involved in some hard-hitting, super tough stipulation matches. What was the Devil's Playground like?
The Devil's Playground, the name kind of says for itself. I've done a lot of different crazy matches already in my NXT career, whether it be street fights, whether it be, cage matches, whether it be crazy three-fall, craziness with weapons and barbed wire and big falls off of high places. I feel like I've done it all. But yes, the Devil's Playground was very unique. I never fought in an environment where there was grass and dirt and skeletons and caskets and wheels and craziness like that. So it was a first. So it definitely ranks up there.
Since it was Shotzi's wheel, and since you won, maybe on Wednesday we should have Johnny's wheel. And you get to spin, and Shotzi has to do a match.
That's a great idea. I love wheels. I think they're very useful. I never said a bad thing about wheels. I think they're tremendous. So you never know in the future. There may be a Johnny's wheel.
Were you glad, though, it wasn't a buried alive or casket match?
Yeah. I don't know how I would fare in a buried alive match. I don't know how I would fare in a casket match as well. In my practice attempts, those are what came up very easily. So, I don't know. I'd like to think that maybe I would have survived, but the odds aren't in my favor in those two.
Johnny Champion, are you claustrophobic?
Am I claustrophobic? A little bit. A little bit. So when he threw me into the pumpkin, and I rolled up, and the pumpkin got wrapped around me, I definitely thought maybe I was going to die for a second, because I rolled around the pumpkin and there was no exit because I was kind of wrapped up in it, that big inflatable pumpkin. So I want to say yes. I didn't think I was until I was in that instance where I was surrounded by an inflatable pumpkin, and I thought I wasn't going to make it anymore. So yes, I'm going to say yeah now.
Well, cool props, of course, but props to you for all of you that have to do things like that. Those casket matches back in the day just were incredible that somebody, or even in a trunk, if you're shut down on a trunk, it's just really a scary moment. So it really made it interesting, though, for Halloween Havoc. Hey, for you, what was it like making history? Because you're the first two-time NXT North American champion.
I think the only thing I love more than wheels is making history now at this point. I said it, I've won more awards than anyone. I've been on more takeovers than anyone. I was the first Triple Crown champion in NXT history. Now I'm the first two-time North American champion in NXT history. I think that makes me the most decorated man in NXT history, which is pretty wild coming from someone who started without a contract, someone who was told no at his tryout, to now be where I'm at currently. It's pretty wild, man. It just goes to show you that if you want something bad enough, you can make it happen.
It really is inspiring what you've been able to do, Tommaso and others. It really is, to see where you've come and how far you've gone with everything. Hey, I'm wondering, Ghostface, which sort of reminded me a little bit of an Undertaker Druid. What was it like having Ghostface provide you that tombstone right at the right time?
I mean, obviously, it came in handy, huh? I don't know how many people out there actually know that his name is Ghostface. That's the thing, too. I think a lot of people just know him as Scream Guy. But yes, that is his official name, is Ghostface. And like I said, without Wheels, without Ghostface, I don't know where I'd be today. But, sometimes even the best need a little help.
Well, speaking of Undertaker's Druids, because at first I thought of a Druid, and then later doing the research, seeing that about Scary Movie and Ghostface, then I got it. But I'm wondering, the Undertaker's Druids, I'm wondering maybe Ghostface was Byron Saxton or Xavier Woods. Are we able to get it out, Johnny G? Was it Byron Saxton or Xavier Woods, former Druids?
You never know. I mean, a lot of people have been Druids in the past, though.
Yes.
A lot of people in a previous life have been Druids. So it could be anyone. I think so many people have been Druids that it could be literally anyone in the world. So I think you're just going to have to keep watching NXT to find out.
Oh, that's great. Hey, Johnny G, were you ever a Druid?
Was I ever a Druid? No. So I've never been a Druid. I obviously was a champion of Liechtenstein. I've been security guard, but never a Druid. I escaped that one.
Have you seen Scary Movie?
Have I seen Scary Movie? Yes.
Are you a horror movie fan?
I am a horror movie fan, actually. I don't think I'm a hardcore, crazy horror movie fan, but I definitely enjoy horror movies, definitely around Halloween as well. The whole month of October is pretty much, I try to just watch that genre of things.
Hey, speaking of genre, did you watch any of the prior Halloween Havocs? Or do you remember any of the Halloween Havocs back in the day?
I did. Yeah, I love Halloween Havoc. I think a lot of people, especially people from my generation or hardcore wrestling nerds, love Halloween Havoc. I think the most obvious thing that pops into my mind from Halloween Havoc is obviously Ray versus Eddie. Just the style I wrestle and things like that. So that match stands the test of time. But yeah, I'm a huge Halloween Havoc / wrestling nerd. So of course I did.
Ray versus Eddie. What about the Yeti?
The Yeti. Yeah, I mean, look. And I just want to say, it was so cool to be a part of Halloween Havoc and just to see everyone all dressed up, and obviously to see the Drake Maverick segment with Shockmaster and the Yeti and the Giant. As a wrestling nerd, it made me very happy.
Well, you and Candice, and I guess the dog, because I saw a picture. Now, tell a little bit about the dog in the picture, because you guys took some cool pictures of your costumes. And was that from the Tim Burton movie?
It was, yes. It was from Nightmare Before Christmas.
What was it like, just the team that created the ring gear for you all, and about the little dog in the picture, too?
Yes, so we were very excited, and we kind of went into this one saying, okay, what is the most famous, I guess, Halloween couple, especially from things we enjoy. And we enjoy Nightmare Before Christmas, so Jack Skellington and Sally. And especially with Zero, the dog, it kind of made perfect sense to kind of have the Pumpkin King involved in Halloween Havoc. So yeah, we decided we were going to do that, and we sent that idea along to my gear makers, Main Event Gear, who do an absolutely tremendous job just kind of envisioning and dreaming up and drawing up and creating that gear. And they kind of did it all from scratch, which is amazing. And they're big Disney nerds as well, so that also helped a lot. And they delivered the gear the day of, and we got to sneak the puppy in to take pictures with before the show. So it was very cool. A lot of people really enjoyed it as well, which made us happy. We didn't get to do a lot for Halloween this year. We didn't obviously, with the way of the world, we didn't go to any parties or anything like that, or dress up or do anything. So Halloween Havoc was kind of our Halloween celebration, and where we wore our costumes too, and our costumes happened to be our wrestling gear. So yeah, it was very fun.
That's a great analogy, because I was going to mention that and say that Halloween Havoc was like your Halloween, the fans' Halloween as well. It was so much fun. Hey, what kind of dog is it, and what's the name of the dog?
It is a French Bulldog, and her name is Padme. So Pawdme, which is also a low-key Star Wars reference.
Now, does Padme have Instagram and Twitter like Natty's cat Two Paws?
No. So I tell Candice that Padme is too young for Instagram. So it's too little. Maybe when she gets a little older, we'll create an Instagram account for her. But right now, too young for social media.
Oh, Natty will be happy about that. She doesn't like competition. All right, so I have to ask you about all the setup there. It was so cool looking inside from watching it from an outside, but you were in it and you were part of it. And you mentioned some of it already, but I was just wondering what it was like in the Capitol Wrestling Center, also part of that whole setup and the prop team and all the production team and what they did for Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, I can't say enough amazing things about the team we have. As far as like a prop portion goes, as far as just the setup of that whole show, I think it was honestly one of our best shows NXT has ever done. Just from a pure fun standpoint, I went back and I watched it after it was said and done, and it was just such a fun show. It didn't take itself too seriously, but the matches were still killer. You still got that great NXT action. You know, I still got those great NXT stories, but it was just such a fun vibe. And the prop team, the way they set that all up, not only the way they set up the Capitol Wrestling Center, which is amazing in itself, but the way they put all the props together to make Halloween Havoc have that feel of a Halloween Havoc, man. Like, I went there the night before to kind of see the setup. Like I said, I'm a low-key wrestling nerd, so I was really excited to see it, and to see it come to life and to be a part of it, I'm incredibly proud of that show, and I'm incredibly proud of that team that put that all together.
So much fun. I hope they have it again next year, too. I'm wondering, too, when you're using props, I don't want to pull the curtain back too much. I mean, so much is out there nowadays with everything anyway. It's so much different from when you were watching, when I was watching back in the day. But I'm curious, did you get a chance, or can you even reveal this, do you get a chance to work with the props beforehand? Like, you had to use the tombstone, and obviously you want to make it look realistic. But is there ever any thought like, oh man, I hope this prop isn't too... or it's not well made. I hope this prop is well made, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and it's not too hard or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I have the utmost confidence in our team, but obviously it's live television, so you never know what can happen. I think that's the beauty, though, of live television. That's kind of the risk factor of it, especially if you're doing things like that. You just never know the way things can go. Luckily, things turned out pretty good. But, yeah, I mean, there is always kind of a little... like a percentage in you where you're like, oh man, like if this doesn't go well, it could go really bad. But luckily, we work with the utmost professionals who've been doing this a very, very long time. So I have the utmost trust in them.
I guess too, it's a mindset. You're so wrapped up in a match, whatever match it is, and you're going. It's just like you're not even thinking about it. It's like boom, 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 boom. Whatever you do, you do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, Candice was in an incredible main event. That was awesome. What did you think of the match? And geez, what did you think of that huge, nasty tumble, fall, bump that she took?
Oof. So I was in the back watching the match. Just looking back at it, I think I was the only one standing. But as soon as she took that fall, I think everyone freaked out. But knowing her, I think we've been around each other enough now where we know if something's wrong. Like when I got dropped on my neck in the Ridge Holland match, she was the only one not freaking out because she saw that I was okay. And kind of when she took that big falling ladder match, I was kind of the only one not freaking out because I kind of knew she was okay because I can tell her body language by now. But I mean, that's just what she does, man. Like she goes out there in that main event spot, Havoc, big match, and she delivers. Her and Io, I think they could go against each other 1,000 more times, and it could always top itself because they are that good. And I've said it once, I've said it a million times, and I may be a little biased in this aspect, but Candice LeRae is my favorite wrestler and one of the best wrestlers in the world. And I think it's only a matter of time before she gets her due.
When an event like that happens, and great matches like that, NXT is incredible. You all do an outstanding job. Are you more proud that night winning the NXT North American title again, or watching Candice put the effort that she and Io put into that main event match?
Yeah, that's an easy answer for me. I was way more proud watching Candice. I think like titles and things like that, they're amazing, and I'm incredibly proud to have it, and I am incredibly lucky to have it. But like just to go out there and just to watch my best friend basically go out there and live her dream and to kill it how I know she can. I mean, I will always be way more proud of that than anything I do.
Well, a lot of fans, a lot of people that are in the business are proud of you too and what you're able to accomplish and do. And that's great as well for Halloween Havoc. I'm wondering, what can we maybe expect on Wednesday from Johnny Champion?
I will definitely be there, but I'm going to have to say you have to tune in to find out. I'm not going to reveal anything right now, but just watch the show, USA Network, 8 p.m. You're not going to want to miss it. Especially there's a new era. There's a new era of Johnny Champion, so we'll see what happens.
No Don Jardine alerts?
No.
I figured you would get that. Not many people would get that, but I figured Johnny G would get that. Johnny Gargano would get that. Yes? So we'll wrap this up, Johnny. I appreciate it so much. Hey, how disappointed, though, was Candice that Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party was canceled because of COVID?
Very bummed out. She was very sad. But like I said, Halloween Havoc was kind of our Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Because every year we kind of go there and we take a picture in our costumes, and that's like our Halloween picture. This year we did not take that picture, so instead we took pictures at Halloween Havoc in our wrestling gear / costumes instead. So that was our Mickey's Not So Scary.
When you go to that, do you guys dress up?
We do, yeah. The past 2 years we've gone, we've dressed up. Last year I was Darkwing Duck, and the year before that I was a pork. So yeah, we dress up. That's like our main dress up spot.
How much fun! Hey, have you ever done Robin Hood and Maid Marian?
That was what we were going to do this year. So what a guess by you. We actually had the costumes to do it this year. That was our exact costume we were going to do if there was a Mickey's Not So Scary. But yeah, we have the fox ears and all that stuff. But maybe next year.
That's what looking at you two, that's what came to mind. I thought that Robin Hood and Maid Marian, yeah, you guys would make great couple in doing that. Okay, let's wrap this up. Ohio. Wow, what a mecca for pro wrestlers. So when I say Ohio to Johnny Gargano, what pro wrestlers come to mind?
Ohio, man. So I pride myself as a Cleveland guy. And a lot of people aren't proud of Cleveland, Ohio, but I am incredibly proud of Cleveland, Ohio. So I'm going to say myself because I love Cleveland. But also, there's Miz, there's Dolph Ziggler, there's obviously Jon Moxley, there's thousands of Ohio guys. I think there's so much talent coming from Ohio that it's just I don't know. I think more now.
It's something in the water, I think. Either that or something
Either
that or it's something from the pizza at Gargano's restaurant catering.
There might be. I mean, that just means I think all the pizza though it just made me kind of a chunky child. All the chunky childness made me a good wrestler. But
and Johnny, do you have a favorite pizza topping or pizza special?
Favorite pizza topping? I'm a pepperoni guy. I mean, that's kind of plain. I can also, Candice enjoys pineapple on pizza. I know that's a hot take. I can also get down with that sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling. But pepperoni, I'm mainly just a pepperoni guy.
All right, Johnny Gargano, thank you so much. NXT North American Champion, making history, setting trends, inspiring others. Appreciate the time. NXT USA Network, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Always a good show. And hey, go Browns!
Yep, go Browns.